It's the National Football League on EA.
And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie, one of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. A first run now for Kyron Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for L.A.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Finding Williams on the check down. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long. Now Stafford. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short game.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. So on 4th down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. Oh, the Seahawks come after it and they block it. Inside the 20. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. A great play there. 26 yards. And the Seahawks are on the board first on the road here in L.A.
Partners, you well know every block punt wasn't necessarily a called block. Sometimes the guy just finds his way back there. Doesn't matter. The play happens, and that one turned into 6 points because they handled it so well after the block.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Able to get the pressure, get a paw on it, knock it down, and then go and grab it and take it into the end zone. What a play. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Well, now how about this return? And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. The Rams offense and Cooper Kupp making their way back out. And he's very much alive in the race for most receiving yards by a wideout this year. Currently ranked 2nd in the NFL at this point in the season. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Motion left, Kupp. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And that is incomplete. You talk about this Seahawk defense. It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards to pick up there.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Again, it's Williams. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Short throw, it's Higbee. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 4th down. So now the Rams send out the field goal team here. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On the give, here's Charbonnet. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. That's complete to DK Metcalf. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up 4th down. The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
The Rams offense and Matthew Stafford set to take over once again. And he's off to a fast start throwing the football. Pretty good numbers already for just the first quarter of play.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants a drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now Stafford.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Rams first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Now it's Stafford off the bootleg.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 35-yard line.
Throwing is Stafford.
That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Stafford.
A quick pass to Cup.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. As they've got it as we resume action. Now a play fake and it's Stafford. Over the middle, complete. It's Williams. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 27-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And the Seahawks force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the stakes in this game certainly high as we get toward the end of the regular season. For now, they are holding a wild card spot, but there are no shortage of other teams in the NFC looking to take that spot from them.
Starting with the guys on the other side of the field because they're on the outside looking in, and no one likes to be in that position. You want to be in the room, not looking inside to see everyone else having fun.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Now 3rd down and 7.
And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Now a 2nd and 6.
In motion, the tight end. Here's Stafford.
He'll get this one complete to Atwell.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Out of the gun, Stafford.
Open man is Atwell, complete.
And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back.
From the 50, Stafford.
He'll drop this down to Williams.
And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4. Still 3 yards short. 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
And this late season game, of course, not lacking for drama when you talk about the AFC playoff picture.
Yeah, in a sense, it's the haves versus the have-nots because this group on offense, They'd be a wild card if the postseason started today, but they know the guys on the other side of the ball are still in that dreaded in-the-hunt category, and they're hungry for a win today.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Richardson off the play fake. Open man is Jalen Darden. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam. But notice how he keeps his head on a swivel looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They'll send the tight end in motion. Here's Richardson to throw. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind. No pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
Richardson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The Seahawks have 9-7 now on the year, but they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Here's 3rd and 9. Now Richardson. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to widen their advantage. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Stafford. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Back to throw, Stafford. Open man right side is Cup, complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. To throw is Stafford. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Stafford now to throw. And that one complete downfield to Cup. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown Rams. Cooper Kupp with career touchdown number 60. And the Rams have cut it back within a score. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Richardson looking to throw. He'll get that to Charbonnet. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
They go play action with Richardson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't get in.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Rams offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Now Stafford. The throw out wide going to be incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
The Seahawks going to take over now late in this first half. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Richardson. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Seahawks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that as they continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The home team's offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Over the middle,
Cup. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing is Stafford. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
Stafford to his #1 guy Cup for a Los Angeles first.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
This one swung out to Williams.
The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Again, it's Stafford.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball can bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1-yard line. Excellent coffin corner punt.
They'll begin here with a run with Charbonnet.
And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay,
hey, we get it. No time to waste. Playoffs starting next week. We skip right over halftime and get back to the action.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
And a good return, but he pays the price at the end of it as he's picked up and thrown down.
Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
Here's 2nd and 10. Off play action. Richardson into the hands of Darden.
And he's got this down to the 35. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
In motion goes the tight end.
Richardson to throw off play action.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. They get to him for a loss of 4. And he brings up 3rd down on the sack.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle.
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
39 yards. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. and they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Here's Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Now Stafford. That'll be caught by Cobb. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Stafford. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
He'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
It's 3rd down and 4.
Stafford. He's got his target. That's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
The 32-yard line.
Here's Stafford. Throw left side, complete to Cup. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Stafford. And he's got it. That's Cup for a Ram touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams get a bit closer. So a very important first drive of the 3rd quarter, Charles, and safe to say, a much-needed touchdown.
Which leads to the question, where was this in the first half? Because if they'd had a few more drives like that, they wouldn't be in this situation. But that is the kind of drive that sends a message to the other side. We're going to be here, and we're going to battle you to the end.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Seahawks offense and Anthony Richardson ready for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that? Well, you don't just want the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. They'll bring the tight end in motion right.
Richardson off the play fake.
And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Byron Young from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 42. They got 29 yards that time.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. The tight end in motion right.
Play action. Now Richardson. And that's going to be caught downfield by Fant.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Noah Fant, 42 yards.
And the Seahawks are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it's Noah Fant who caps things off with the touchdown. And he returns this to the 22.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. To throw is Stafford.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now it's Stafford. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Draymond Jones from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know They relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built off the efforts of this defense.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a 1st down. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position.
The Seahawks take back over. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. Richardson looking to throw this.
Intercepted. Picked up by Akello Witherspoon.
And the Rams are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
L.A. readies for its next possession. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Stafford now to throw.
Pass complete there to McCoy.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30.
Another big play here as they strike for 31.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Throwing is Stafford.
He'll get this one complete to Atwell.
Touchdown, Atwell!
2-2 Atwell.
30 yards.
And the Rams have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense.
And don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised about the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now it's Richardson. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4. A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Stafford. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back to throw, Stafford. Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Now Stafford. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Here's Stafford. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here. A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long. Again, it's Stafford. And that will be incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Here comes a big one as this crowd gets up making some noise. It's 3rd and short. Again, it's Charbonnet. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more.
And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Here comes second down.
A loss of 11. It's second and 20.
Stafford.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Now it's Stafford.
To the sideline and incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Gotta avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long.
They snap it to Stafford. He's going to let it fly. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. So with no timeouts and where the football is on the field, now they're in a really tough spot.
Because a field goal finishes them, right? If they give up 3, it's over, let alone trying to get the ball back. You're exactly right. Very difficult situation. All they can do is go all out when the ball's snapped and try and pop it free and get it back for themselves.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
So it's a win for the Seahawks here, and it was thanks in large part to the play of their second-year quarterback.
Yeah, sometimes you just have those games where everything's clicking, and this was one of those days. He wound up with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. He was large and in charge all day long.
So for the Seahawks,
they get that important 10th win to finish the regular season at 10-7.
And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for L.A.,
this loss will mean they finish the season on the wrong side of 500 at 8-9.
And they can take solace in the fact that this team never quit all the way